gonna do a collective reading, and I'm gonna log in to see if I can see this on my computer, so I can get a sense of if you can see the cards, because that's a big deal. Bear with me. I just need to see what the hell I'm doing in my live. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it looks like I am live. Okay, brilliant. Perfect. All right, let's rock it. All right, so we're going to do a collective reading. And I don't do Celtic Cross the way people do it. I've been, what's the word? Um, what is the word? I've been tested by many psychics who I adore, who I respect. And the way I do it is not the way you've been taught. And the point is, it doesn't matter. All right, so let's see if there's any people here. No, there isn't. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Um, let's start. I'm going to wait to see if I can get people in. And I'm going to see if people come in to join this particular collective reading. And this is all about the collective on the sacred masculine. And let's begin. Let us begin. It looks like there's absolutely no one. I guess it's... All right, I'm just going to wait until there is at least some people coming in, because I would like people to come in if possible. So let's see. Let us see. Okay. Little by little. This is so cool. I don't think I'm going to edit any of this, by the way. It's going to be organic. And, all right, let's just go to it. So the question I'm asking the universe is the... Let me see if I can move this over like this. Let me see if that is better. This is interesting. There's a delay to this shit. Huh. This is interesting how this works. It's literally, my camera delays it. All right, let me see if this is going to work. No, it's too far away. Let me see. I'm just learning how to do all of this. Pull it back a little bit. Okay, that should be okay. Let me see. All right. This is probably... Hey, Beth. It's good to see you. So it's the collective on... I was going to do it on the sacred masculine, but I'm not. I think I'm just going to do it on just the mood of the country. I'm going to see what they say on the mood of the country. So tell us, what is the energy of this country? I'm actually going to do it a little different. What was the energy of the country in the past? So, I had the cards upside down. Ace of Swords, the truth is coming out. Magician, creative, there's the inability to co-create. There's inability to co-create energy. And here's what I mean. Ace of Swords is speaking the truth, seeing the truth, cutting shit out. Magician is all about what do you want to co-create, knowing what you know now. And the King of Wands upside down is some fuckery, unfortunately. It's like a warrior coming in with the wrong intention. We'll clarify that in a minute. Tell me more. What is going on right now in the present? So that's in the recent past. There's messages of love. There's a lot of confusion. And the Queen of Wands is co-creation from a softer energy. Can you see that? Let me pull this over. Can you see that? Let me see. Can I do it? Oh, okay, perfect. That's way better. Okay, great. All right. So hopefully you can see the cards. Okay, so we've got the Page of Cups. It's a message of love. The Eight of Swords is prison of your own mind into the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a beautiful energy. This is what's going on right now. It's a beautiful energy. It's a more feminine energy. I will say that, of co-creation, of creating. It's a CEO. It's I want this. It's boss bitch with a femininity is what it is. A lot of feminine energy. What is to come in the future? What is to come in the future? What is to come in the future of this country? Hierophant, traditional values. Fuck. I hope we don't mean traditional values the way I'm thinking. I'm talking about Christian coalition, shit like that. Tell me more. Strength card, the fight between the ego and the soul. Now we are actually going to clarify the cards, okay? So I'm going to clarify. And Ace of Swords, the speaking, the truth. Tell me about the truth. What's going on with the truth? We know that we're seeing the truth, but there are many truths. Tell me more about the truth. Seven of Wands, defensive energy. Magician, what do you want to create? The world, a new cycle. So you've got a new cycle coming in. And we've got two magicians. So the conversation that you need to have individually about the future of this country, what we're going through, especially with so many people being triggered about TikTok and the 12-hour, 18-hour ban and all of the shit that's going on. Honestly, I personally, I feel as if we can manifest whatever we want. Have you noticed something? Look at this. Do you see the figure eight over his head? It's the eternity knot. We have a choice. Now, look at his table. You can't see it here, but you see it here? You can co-create love, truth, material success, passions, creativity into the world at the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new cycle. Do you understand? We have the power to co-create whatever we want. So we can co-create the apocalyptic bullshit, or we can create a new world. And I don't mean a new world order, I mean the new earth. And this is why I have this for no kids at all, so that you have to jump through hoops so we can talk the real shit without being bothered by any idiot that is going to be, triggered by what I'm saying. We have the ability to create the new earth. Magician, why is the magician here again? Ace of Wands, creativity with passion. Be honest with how you feel. Tell me more about the magician. Ten of Wands, dropping burdens. Do you see that? Into Two of Cups. Two of Cups is partnership. In this case, it is partnership with yourself, with your soul, with your beloved. All right? So there's a lot of shit going on right now that you want to ask yourself, what do I really want? And for some people, and I remember having that problem when I was a kid, is I didn't even know what I didn't want. So I would say the first thing you want to master is what don't you want, and go from there. Let's keep going. Page, King of Wands upside down. Why is the King of Wands upside down, please? What's going on with that energy? King of Wands upright. It's a go-getter, partnership. Do you see that? Beautiful. I love that. Into Six of Wands, conquering hero. Conquering hero is this energy of, I've won all the battles, I'm winning the war. Beautiful. And again, remember, the question was, what is the future of this country? What are we doing right now? Love it. Okay, let's keep going. Into Ten of Pentacles, legacy, long-term legacy. It's like the Kennedy family. It's like the merging of various families, like, biracial families or multiple families with different ideals. And it's like merging the hands, partnership with other people that may have different understandings or religious values or whatever. There's a merging of families that can turn into a legacy. Again, that's the new earth. Let's keep going. Tell me more about the Page of Cups. The message is a loving message thing. You're going to have to learn new things. Do you see this? Hang on. Let me see if you see this. I'm moving this tripod again. There. Can you see this? Okay. So learning new things. You see this? Eight of Pentacles is learning new things. You see that? Okay, good. If you have any questions, let me know. Tell me more about the Page of Cups. Eight of Wands, messages that are going fast. Fast-moving messages. Beautiful. And it's interesting, we're seeing the white doves. You see? Into what else? What else is the message all about? Into the Three of Swords. Well, there could be some betrayal. There could be some people who don't agree with how you see the new earth. There could be a new way that you're seeing the new earth, and some people are objecting, which could actually create a betrayal. The Three of Swords is a broken heart. There are people who are going through depression because they believed the world was a certain way, and then now realizing that the world isn't that way. It was never that way. Does that make sense? So there's something about a broken heart. I'm going to actually clarify that a little more. Why is the Three of Swords being shown to me? Tell me what's going on. Why is this Three of Swords being shown to me? Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. Do you see how he has a bandage over his head? It's almost like he's going, my head hurts. Like I feel like my head's going to blow up because now I'm dealing with that. I have to see the truth. Now you're asking me that I can co-create something that I'm not even sure if this is possible. What I want to experience living in America, in the political, social structure, and the feeling of having a sword over my head, like I'm always looking over my shoulder. And now I've just found out that other countries live a better life than me, that I thought that I was the greatest. And now I'm realizing, oh shit, there are people that have a better quality of life than me. And I thought that I believed in what I was told, and it hurts me. It hurts my head. Three of Swords to the Knight of Wands, broken. Um, you know, people are going to go through depression. I'm not joking. Eight of Swords, prison of your own mind. Do you see that? She's lashed to the swords with the water. Water's emotion. Why is this happening? There's a choice to be made. The Lovers, tell me more. Ace of Pentacles, for a new beginning in the material world. Tell me more. Into mastery. Do you see this? Mastering the mind, mastering the monkey mind, making a choice. Do you see what I'm saying here? Any questions so far? We're going to have differences, and that's the beauty of it all. Exactly, that's it. Queen of Wands, a swaggering energy of can-do attitude, building a new world. She is the feminine energy. She is Pachamama. She is Shakti energy combined with Kali energy. We will need all the energies. We will need Kuan Yins. We will need Kalis. We will need Amazons. We will need all kinds of different energies. Do you understand? To create this new earth, both in the masculine and the feminine genders. Okay? Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. What is this all about? The Empress, you can't fucking make it up. Do you see how she's holding a pomegranate? It's the symbol of fertility. It's the forbidden fruit. It's the fruit of knowledge. It's pregnancy. It's fertility. It's creativity. It's I have everything. It's Pachamama in action within us. There's a feminine energy coming in here. I think we're going to be the wayfarers, the feminine energy. I think many of us have had many, many incarnations as warriors, right? And we've come back and we've known wars don't work. We know revolutions don't work. So we've come in with the nurturing feminine energy, the womb healers, the womb keepers, the one who have brought life onto this planet. This is why they're so hell-bent on eradicating the feminine energy and her ability to carry a life form, a soul within her body. I'm sorry, that's some massive power. And some understand that with a reverence to themselves and others, and some of them just they're breeders. They don't understand it. They disrespect this energy. Let's keep going. Why the Empress, please? The King of Cups, a lot of emotions into the Star, healing energy. Healing energy. I'm going back to the figure eight on the Magician, which I pointed out earlier, which is this beautiful energy of it's 17 is the Star. It's karmic energy. It's the figure eight in on top of the head of the Magician, which I had shown you, and it's this idea of we are actually destroying or purging karmic looping, what David I calls the loosh. We are destroying it. I was thinking about it this morning in my meditation. I was thinking, I know what they're saying. I know that they put us into the illusionary, holographic systems of holding patterns where we think we're here, but we're somewhere else. And then they throw us back into a loosh with the amnesia. But I feel as if this is the last ride for many of us. In other words, this is our last loop. Let's go back to this country. This country is an example, and it's being used as a testing pattern to see the ability for us to see things for what they are, even though it hurts. It's kind of like being aware of your narcissistic family and like realizing, oh shit, I love them, but I really don't like these people at all. So you can love this country, but not like its current personality. You can do what you need to do to either put distance to yourself, where some people are leaving the country, or you can roll up your sleeves and build the country you want to live in. It's up to you. There's healing here. Hierophant is traditional values. That is a concern to me. I'm going to be honest. Because traditional values, there's two ways it could go with the Hierophant. It means a lot of things. It represents the Pope, okay, in truth. But it also represents, so glad to see you guys. Thank you for being here. It also represents, many of you may not know, but there's I always look at shadows beyond shadows. So in the Hierophant, which represents the Pope in tarot, in classical tarot, it also represents, believe it or not, it was called La Papesse. And La Papesse was the female Pope, Pope Joan, which I've mentioned in other lives. So traditional values, well, we could actually take it from a orthodox teachings of patriarchal control, toxic patriarchal control, and matriarchal agreement, to that, or we could go all the way back to ancient wisdom, whereas the divine feminine was honored, and there was a beautiful pattern. So it depends on how we see that. But what I will say about the Hierophant that did red flag it for me was Judeo-Christian values, and this idea of teaching the Bible in schools. I'm just going to say it straight out, and I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with teaching Buddhism in the school system, Christianity, Muslim teachings, hell, Wicca teachings, New Age teachings. Yes, at that point, I'm with that. I'm all in. But if you're going to, hi, my love, it's so good to see you. If you're going to teach only one idea to brainwash a people, then I have a problem. I would prefer seeing philosophy taught in schools, to be honest, in elementary school, in and so forth. So the Hierophant, there's so many things we can say about it. It represents Taurus energy at the highest level, number 5, Mercury, communication with the public. I want to say that it's a spiritual awakening that can happen in this particular card. So let's see, what does that mean? The Hierophant. What are you talking about? Please tell me. Nine of Wands, wishy-washy energy. It's a wishy-washy energy. It's a yo-yo energy. What do we do? What could we do? This is controlling the monkey mind through chanting. Into the King of Pentacles, stoic, earth energy, like rooted in ground, like something or someone or an idea that you can rely on. It's reliable philosophy. It's sober philosophy. It's connected to the earth. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. By the way, on the side note, the flames, the Knight of Wands is connected to Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo energy. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. What are we talking about? And this is Leo energy, the sun. Beautiful. I love it. The sun. Healing energy, clarity, understanding the truth, understanding that the truth is painful, that there's a lot of work to be done in this country, that we're going to be okay, that, again, star healing, healing energy, and to stop letting your monkey mind, which is the Knight of Wands, control your thoughts, to go right into not stoic energy, but ground yourself, go to Mother Earth. 10 of Wands is carrying burdens, and we have carried burdens a lot. Some of you are working 2 jobs, some of you are trying to make ends meet, some of you haven't had a vacation in fucking dog years. 10 of Wands is the realization of that. 10 of Wands is also the connection with some toxic family members or toxic habits that you have yourself, and going through this process of dropping your burdens. Will they successfully? Will each person in this country drop their burdens one by one? Knight of Pentacles, for some of you, it will be a slow ride to that success. Justice, righting the wrongs. Justice, Libra energy. 11 is balancing yourself and giving yourself justice, self-advocacy, realizing that maybe you've gone through some abusive situations, and also being honest with yourself about, have you been the abuser? Have you lashed out? Let me go ahead and keep going. Tell me more. And here we go again. You can't make this shit up. With a Hierophant, you can't make this up. This is a spiritual awakening. That's what I'm going to say. It's a spiritual awakening. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? The Strength card, again, we go with the 8. We started with the 8 over the Magician up there, over his head. I don't know if you can see it. It's here. Hang on, let me look. Do you see how you have the figure 8 over his head? Hopefully you can see it. The camera on that side is delayed, but you see the figure 8 over his head. It's like a halo. Okay, so we're coming to that with the 8. 8, 8, 8. There's a lot of 8s going on here, in my opinion. 8 of Pentacles, learn new things. Strength card, the fight between the ego and the soul. Tell me more. So the Hierophant is coming in to say, look, feel the energy. What kind of traditions you want to co-create with the universe? You've got 2 magicians. They're asking you. Remember, we have 2 magicians. Strength card. Why is that here, please? What's going on? 8 of Swords, prison of your own mind. You know why this is happening? Because there's this idea that you cannot, that it's utopic to think about the new earth. That's why you're seeing this. It's utopic. It's too much. I mean, we've never had that experience. You mean you've never had that experience in memory? You've never had that experience in memory. Hence the Eight of Swords. You see what I mean? Strength card, Eight of Swords. You see that? Strength cards, Eight of Swords. And that's kind of bullshit because it's your monkey mind fucking with you. What's the next card? Death, transformation. Yeah, death. Death comes in to bring you into the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is when your mind is finally recalibrated to say, I just want peace. And whatever peace, how does it come to me? So let's look at peace. Is peace coming to them? If we do the right thing, if we are honest with what we want, if we get diligent about transforming this country's face into something we've always wanted to see, if we do it through energy work, will we be successful? If we calm our monkey minds, you can't make this shit up. The Four of Wands, 1111. The answer is yes. This country can become your home, the home you've always wanted to be in. Any questions or comments? So this is amazing to me. That was the end of the reading. I mean, what else am I going to say? I can't fucking top this at all. So I'm going to now read from the Earth Warrior, and I'd like you to pick top, bottom, and middle. I'm going to actually shuffle. It's from this deck here. Let me see if you can see that. It's called Earth Warriors. I think it's the perfect guidebook, okay? The perfect oracle card. So if you want to get involved, go ahead and pick top, bottom, or middle while I shuffle. Top, bottom, or middle while I shuffle. Hang on, let me see if I can do it like this so you can see. Can you see that? Okay, more or less you can. Any questions or comments so far? You're good? All right, top, bottom, or middle? Top, bottom, or middle? Top, bottom, or middle? If you don't pick, I will. I'm just, so if you can type, or if there's a delay, let me know. Top, bottom, or middle? Bottom. Okay, top. All right, keep going, because I'm waiting. Top. Okay, top. Here we go. Okay, so it's 28, which is 10, the Wheel of Fortune. It is Quanta, sweet paradox of empowering grace. Wow, you can't make it up. All right, so I'm going to read from it, okay? Let's begin. So 28 is the trusting lamb, by the way, in Kabbalah numerology. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and 1 is the sun. I'm actually almost in tears. I'm not joking, because it's making me realize we're fucking there. All right, let me read this to you. And here it is. Here's the card. And again, the hummingbird Joshua tree looks like, if I remember seeing that when I was in California. All right, let's look. Sweet paradox of empowering grace. When the mind says no, but the heart leaps with joy, we are ripe for a transmission of empowering grace. When the mind says no, but the heart leaps with joy, we're ripe for a transmission of empowering grace. This is what I mean by cynicism. This is what I mean by cynicism. You can't. You have to go and hack out of your monkey brain. You have to do it. Let's continue. To believe in the impossible, to believe in things you don't remember experiences. Let me just put it this way. You think it's impossible based on this particular incarnation, but the irony is your soul remembers when utopic lifestyles in other planets, including this one, was not just possible, it was your reality, it was your normal. Never forget that. The last 2, 3, 4,000 years, we could go all the way back to 12,000 years, isn't the absolute truth of how we sentient beings have lived. All right, let's continue. I'm sorry, I just need to say that. The sweet paradox is that the more impossible the situation appears to be, the more we are supported through grace, and our divine success manifests swift and complete. Let the faith of the heart overcome doubts. Let the faith of the heart overcome doubts. Allow your mind to be filled with wonder at the unlimited power of the divine, and you shall bear witness to sacred, I love that, sacred manifestation. Let's keep going. I know, a hummingbird medicine, exactly. In a reading, when there's something within your heart that you know you are on this planet to accomplish, you should be given equal grace, power, talent, and ability to succeed in that mission. This is the divine promise and sacred plan for you. If a miracle is required for success, then one shall be given. Pray with courage and confidence for your rightful divine inheritance, and allow your bold heart and loving soul to believe in your beautiful, hope-filled destiny. Spiritual guidance. Quanta, the Q-chua, word for hummingbird, so quante, Quante is a Quichua word for hummingbird, is the sky jewel of the Andes. Hummingbirds bears the soul medicine of spiritual grace and evokes the evolution to conquer any obstacle through the extraordinary power of the heart. The concept of spiritual grace can be challenging to the mind. We often don't realize just how much we have been conditioned to subconsciously demand that progress in our lives be difficult. Even whilst at a conscious level, we bemoan the struggle with things and wish that things could be easier. We want help, but we believe that we are unworthy or have to earn our success off the back of our own efforts. It's the way we've been raised through multiple religions. We were always raised to believe that we weren't worthy and it couldn't be easy. And I mean, look at some of the old sayings. You can't have it all is a perfect saying of bullshit. You can't have it all. Money doesn't grow on trees. Just all kinds of sayings. God knows where these sayings were first, when they first began. Let me continue. The divine wants us to engage and participate in the realization of our destiny, but if we do not abandon our arrogance, and I'm going to add cynicism, and learn how to surrender spiritually, we will never fulfill our potential. Did you hear that? Our arrogance, and learn how to surrender spiritually, we will never fulfill our potential. There is a way to allow for spiritual grace so that any obstacle can be surmounted, even the invisible ones that seem to block your progress from some unknown source. It's not a question of needing to become more powerful, but of your relationship with the divine needing to become more vitalized. Then grace can flow, creating success in the same situation that would have otherwise defeated you. When hummingbird brings you medicine, you have a high spiritual destiny, one that is going to triumph against the seemingly insurmountable odds stacked against you. Do you know how many people are here? 7. The 7 wonders of the world. There was a truth once, the 7 chakras. Hummingbirds have the highest metabolic rate of any animal on earth, with their heartbeats capable of beating at over 1,000 beats per minute. These remarkable little creatures have an exceptionally high need for oxygen, yet some of them species have evolved to thrive in the low oxygen, high altitude environment of the Andes Mountains, flying in truly rarefied air at over 15,000 feet above sea level. This adaptation was possible because of a tiny genetic mutation that affects how oxygen is metabolized in the blood. Can I tell you something? I'm going to read it to you again, and then I'm going to tell you the download I just got. This adaptation was possible because of a tiny genetic mutation that affects how oxygen is metabolized in the blood. The junk DNA is being activated so that we can get the downloads of 5-6D and other dimensions and understand it, not just understand it, retain the information. How often have you heard or been in the same situation where you did something like psilocybin and then you understood the meaning of your life, or you understood how the world was created, and suddenly as your mind went back into 3D, you forgot everything, but you remembered the nectar of that knowledge, but you can't remember how to articulate it to yourself. We're going through a recalibration, if that makes sense. This adaptation, okay, let me continue. The subtle inner evolution opened up the power of some hummingbirds to thrive, quite literally, in higher worlds. Hummingbird medicine empowers the soul for success in situations that would seem to be most unlikely. Did you hear that? Any comments? I'd love to hear your comments on that. What are your hits? Because I want to read them out loud on this live. This medicine brings a subtle adjustment within the blood of or feminine life force, and how it receives and processes the enlivening presence of spirit. In turn, this leads to extraordinary and heightened abilities. Trust in the incredible possibilities that are birthed through the union of the sacred masculine and sacred energies within. There's a healing exercise that I usually don't do, but I'm going to do it now. I call upon the sacred testimony of all perfected ones who have laid down their blood for the very purpose for which I have been born. I bear witness to their sacred testimony of love in the spiritual realms as they call out for the cleansing of my bloodline. No impediments can stand against my divine fulfillment. Allow your heart to feel relaxed and peaceful without it having to make logical sense. Allow yourself to speak from the heart now by saying, I ask for divine forgiveness for my transgressions and the transgressions within my ancestral line. From the beginning of time, I open my heart with genuine remorse for all violations against love that my ancestors and I ever made. Relax as you connect with your heart, and then continue by saying, pure sacrificial blood of the Sacred Heart has already been shed for our souls. The spiritual blood of unconditional love beating in the living Sacred Heart washes through my heart and bloodline now, back to the beginning of time. This process will evoke an energetic release from your blood, which you may feel if you are attuned to subtle energies. Rest and allow this to happen without attachment or analysis. Even if you don't consciously sense something taking place, it will be happening. When you are ready, complete the process with the following statement. Through the intercessions of the divine blood testimony from the pure Sacred Heart, all impediments have been answered. Grace flows and divine love manifests. So be it. Okay, I'm going to give you an exercise. I want you to close your eyes and drop into your heart chakra. Ask a question that you need to answer for yourself. It doesn't have to be about the collective right now. It can be about you. It can be about the collective. It can be about the new earth. It can be about a love question that you have. It could be about anything. Okay? So go ahead and ask that question. Close your eyes. Ask that question. Go within your heart chakra. And then if your heart, how does your heart feel? Light? Heavy? Neutral? Whereas you feel nothing? I want you to go ahead and type in how your heart felt with the answer that you got when you're ready. Type out the answer. Light? Heavy? Or neutral? And go ahead and type in the answer. What did you get? Heavy, light. Okay, so heavy means no. It means no. Light means yes. And neutral means there's still more information to be gathered. In other words, there's still information to be gathered. Does that make sense? Okay. And the no could be the no for now. So go ahead and ask go back, close your eyes, and ask, is it a no for now? For those of you who had a no, ask, was it a no for now? Meaning, is there a possibility for the healing or whatever question to change? Is there a possibility? Because the question you were asking, just remember when you got it heavy, was for the present, for the now. So ask, is it possible for this to change? Is there a timeline where this person or this situation can change? And then come back and report. What did you feel? Heavy, light, or neutral? Heavy, light, or neutral? Let's see what it says. Heavy, light, or neutral? Type in what you see, what you've seen. Heavy, light, or neutral? Light. Okay, good. Heavy. Heavy again. Light. Okay, good. Okay, so that means that there are things. Okay, are you involved in that change? Ask again. Go back into your heart chakra. Close your eyes. Are you involved in that change? Are you influencing that change in some way, in some capacity? And then report back. Light, heavy, or neutral? Are you involved in that change? Are you in some way a conduit, a facilitator to that change? And then type in your answer. You're doing excellent work, ladies. You're kicking ass. Are you involved in that change? That's wonderful. I love seeing this. This is great. Are you involved in that change? Light. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Well, there you go. So there's nothing to worry about, right? The change will happen. The transformation will happen. You are involved in it. You are the conduit. Rachel, what's your answer on that? Was it light or heavy? Are you involved in that change? Are you part of the change that you're looking to see? Are you involved in that change? Okay, so more information needs to be gathered. That's what it means. Okay, let's continue. Let's do a reading on what I think. How many women? If you could all raise your hand in some aspect. I think you're all women, right? Let me see here. Are we all women here? Let me look. All right, because I want to do a reading on your divine masculine to see what's going on. Okay, let's look at the divine masculine. What is going on with the divine masculine? I'm going to do my version of the Celtic cross, which is what I do. All right, this brought me to tears. Beautiful. You're shedding. You're amazing, Tony. Thank you for that. Oh, fantastic. I love it. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. It's a nice little group, isn't it? Sometimes I'll open it up to the public, you know, maybe other people on TikTok, YouTube, but I'm glad we did another private. Okay, let's look. Okay, tell me what's going on, please. Nine of Swords is, again, remember, we're doing the information about the divine masculine. Okay, so Nine of Swords to the Nine of Wands. You can't make this shit up. So beauty, wish fulfillment is neutralized. You've got the Nine of Swords. It's fucked up. Emperor energy is stoic energy. Actually, I'm doing it. Hang on. I'm like, fuck. Hang on. I'm like forgetting. Let me go back. Okay, cool. So Queen of Pentacles is the recent past. It's this beautiful, feminine. Well, it could be a feminine or masculine energy, to be honest with you. But it's like something that it's a woman that is earthbound. She's beautiful. She's kind. She's loving. She's nurturing. She's motherly. She's loving. Seven of Swords is lies. Six of Cups is thinking about past things, being together. Nine of Swords, anxiety, you can't sleep, you're up, and it's created by the mind. This is definitely monkey mind shit. In other words, all these nightmares that she's feeling, she honestly, she's self-creating her own hell, or he is self-creating his own hell in the case, since we're talking about the divine masculine. Here we have Nine of Cups, which is, yeah, nothing's fucking happening because, you know, there you go. This is really and looking at the past, the Emperor is my way, the highway, Aries energy, and the Seven of Swords is lies, not being honest. Tell me more. Nine of Pentacles, slow moving energy. The Star, healing energy. I want to make sure that you can see that. Okay, great. Healing energy on the Star right here. Let's put it over there. Okay, great. Aquarius energy. Five of Wands is conflict, fighting, mental conflict. I would say mental. What you wish to experience in the ninth position, what you hope to experience is the Hierophant into Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is what do I invest in? We're seeing confusion here. There's no doubt. We're seeing confusion. Let me look my little puka deck. Hang on for a quick. What the fuck is it? Oh, here it is. All right, so let me go. Okay, so let's open the Nine of Swords because this is really an important fucking shit show right here. This is a shit show over here. This confuses what could be healing this person. The Stoic energy, which is, we have a big movement in the masculine community of Stoicism, which is absolutely toxic as fuck, honestly, in my opinion. Because Stoicism is good under wartime, under natural disasters. Yeah, then even females need to be stoic for their kids or for the young ones. All right, why is the Nine of Swords here and what can be done with the masculine? Six of Pentacles, an imbalance of give and take. Nine of Pentacles, wanting to be independent. And Ace of Swords, truth. Again, honesty to the self. Nine of Pentacles is this energy of empowerment, of having what you need, of being fine with everything. You know, like everything's good to go, right? And so the Nine of Swords is a self-created bullshit moment in the person's life, obviously, because they've got everything they need. They just need to be honest, and they are fine. And they need to balance what they do, what they give. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords and so forth. And here we go again. Fucking King of Swords. King of Swords is what's actually preventing them from being in their Nine of Pentacles energy, Um, it's preventing them from being in the sword, the Ace of Swords energy, which is honestly telling the truth. They're in their logical mind. It's a cold-blooded world. The King of Swords is a definite masculine gender. Typically, very few times do I see the King of Swords to represent a woman, and usually it's because she's gone into her deeply into her feminine, into excuse me, her masculine energy, and she is mad as fuck. Typically, okay. All right, let's keep going. I know, yeah, I know, Beth. King of Swords, Six of Cups. Why is the Six of Cups is past life connections? Is I have such sweet memories? You're coming back to me. I'm so excited. Shit like that. Okay. Why is the Six of Cups here? Oh, fuck. Five of Pentacles upside down. Fantastic, actually, because, and I don't read reverse cards, but Five of Pentacles means, oh my God, I'm not homeless anymore. When I think of us, and by the way, this is an umbrella that represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine. When I think of us, I don't feel, I don't feel lost. I don't feel homeless. When I was with you, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm at home. Tell me more, please. Nine of Wands, but I'm fucking exhausted. I don't know what to think. I'm like a caged lion in a bird cage. I feel lost. I don't know how to think. I can't tell you how many masculines I talk to about their monkey minds, and I say to them, can you just chant? And they're like, it's so benign to them, like chant. Like, I feel like I have vertigo. Have a glass of water. Water? Like water is going to make me stop having a vertigo? Yes. Have a glass of water. How much water? When was the last time you had a glass of water? Oh, I don't know, 3 days ago. What? And so when you tell someone to chant a mantra, they have the same like attitude, like, oh yeah, sure, chanting's gonna fucking make me feel better. And chanting does. Chanting, actually, if I were to choose between letting my monkey mind kick the shit out of me and chanting, I choose chanting. Because at least I'd rather fill my head with a high vibrational sound frequency, either internally or I'm saying it out loud, than letting my monkey mind kick the shit out of me. So yeah, chanting. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands. Page of Swords is about learning new things. It means a lot of things, but it does mean learning new things. It also means spying on people, and spying on people means I'm learning about you. You lied to me, or I saw you. You said you weren't at work, but there you go. Or you said you weren't seeing that woman anymore, but there I saw your car in her driveway. Spying or learning new things, and in this case, it means learning new things. Nine of Cups up sideways. Why? Judgment, something dead coming back to life. Six of Pentacles, again, breadcrumbing, not being honest, not being fair with the self and fair with other people, because if you don't fill up your own cup, you can't fill up other people's cups. And Seven of Pentacles, as you see, there's a theme here running, and it means I don't know what to do. Where do I start? It's like a teenage kid going, I really don't know, like, how to clean my room. Start on the left side, on the north left side of the room. Start there. Don't look at the rest of the room. Fuck the rest of the room. Just start there. And so in mental anguish, when you're going through massive, I will go as far as to say clinical depression or rage, inarticulated rage. What does that mean? It means I'm so fucking angry and I don't know why, because there's so much reasons to be angry. And so the Seven of Pentacles is where do I start? Okay, so now we're going to clarify the Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? What's going on? Hermit energy, which is, again, number 9. 9 theme is big. And 9, as you well know, is co-creating with the world, the universe. So I like 9 because in the Emperor, he turns into the I go within. Now, a lot of women get triggered by this shit. They'll actually, when a man goes into his caveman time and he shuts down, doesn't respond to your texts, or shuts away from you in his room, in his den, in his garage, whatever, women get fucking triggered because the little girl in her is going, Daddy, Daddy, open the door. Please love me. Please see me. I'm going to discuss it. You're scaring me. I feel like you're not going to want to be with me anymore. You're not choosing me anymore. And in this case, sadly, though it triggers the feminine to do the wrong things for the right reasons, the Hermit is now a calm stage where the masculine goes within to decompress, deconstruct, and analyze in silence. Something most women hate is silence. I'm going to be honest with you. Most women. To go within, to go, what is it with me? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not happy? What the fuck is wrong with me? And going through that process. I'm going to tell you something. In 2016, I never forget when my twin brought me an article on that subject, on the caveman, aspect of men when they withdraw. It was the most beautiful article. I wish I had it still. And he gave it to me for me to understand that I needed to give him time. He would often say that I activated his humors, which means I would make him tear up, his throat would get clogged up, and he'd get it all clogged up in his nose because I would activate his humors or other things that were being triggered, of course. So this is really important that somehow, some way you understand that sometimes you've got to give your divine masculine your silence. You got to open sacred space for him. Does that make sense? Okay, let's keep, I'm glad it resonates. Okay, so the King of Wands is a go-getter, swaggering energy. It's also arrogant. I would have preferred to see King of Pentacles or King of Cups, to be honest, than this, okay? But okay, so he's going from the King of Swords energy, which is a cool, analytical, logical energy, to the King of Wands, which is I'm fine. I don't need anyone. I'm good. And it's all bullshit. Tell me more. Into the Six of Wands. But he will come out of some of those internal battles. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving offer that is coming. A slow-moving win. What is this win, please? The Page of Cups, communication with you to love you, to give you a message you need. The Four of Cups, I need to know if this is you refusing the opportunity, or you refusing the message, or him refusing the message. Is that her? Queen of Pentacles, is that him? The Lover's a choice. It's you. It could be that you're so triggered by his silence that you will actually get pissed off and shut him down. And this is not the time to get triggered to do that. Does that make sense? Tell me more about that. Two of Swords is blindfolded energy, not wanting to see shit for what it is. You've got a choice with the Lovers, and you really need to be more expansive in your forgiveness. And you and I both know that if this is your twin, and if we're talking about your twin here, right? You and I both know, stop playing games with yourself. You know you'll forgive them everything, except some nefarious shit, but you will forgive them everything else. Does that make sense? The Star, healing energy. What happens to this masculine? What's going on with this masculine energy? The Sun, clarity. And again, we're talking about healing. Literally, the Star and the Sun means healing. Page of Pentacle messages. Into the Star, healing. And healing with the Sun, healing with clarity, seeing things for what they are. Fantastic. Five of Swords is outside influences. It could be mental anguish. Usually Five of Swords means fighting. And I mean, we're talking about fighting. Tell me more about this energy, please. Seven of Cups upside down means I've made my decision. Fuck it, I'm not confused. Fantastic, I love it. Three of Cups is celebration and union. Usually it can mean third party, but it also means celebration. It means your union. It means marriage. It means all kinds of things. Into Page of Wands, passionate messages. Okay, let's keep going. I love this reading for this masculine because it looks like there's an awakening. Okay, tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles. What's going on? The Four of Pentacles is I am holding on to shit. The Four of Pentacles means that I'm holding on to shit. It's a miserly energy. So the reason why a decision can't be made, what do I invest in? Seven of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, I'm holding on to shit, is because they're holding on to shit and they don't know how to prioritize. They don't know how to triage. Does that make sense? All right, let's keep going. Tell me more. The Hierophant again. Here, boy. The Hierophant again, Taurus energy on the highest level. It also means traditional values. I'm going to have to clarify that. Hang on for a quick second because I want to know. I'm getting another deck. Fuck it. Is Hierophant coming from a place of expansiveness, please? The Hangman, seeing things from a different angle. Okay, Hangman means I'm looking, Virgo energy, I'm looking from above. It's number 12, and they're telling me to show you the 12. 12 is sacrifice and victim, something like that, victim and sacrifice. But when you have 1 plus 2, it comes out to 3, which is the balance between the mind, body, and spirit. So again, we're going from the Hermit energy to the Hangman energy. And the person knows they're I think they know. I think the Divine Masculine knows they're holding on to shit. And so they're going to analyze it from a different point of view. Tell me more. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles. What is the success on that? Tell me more. The Empress energy. You can't make this shit up. It's fantastic. Emperor to Empress energy, the divine couple. You've got the Empress, which is again number 3. What did I just say? I said, did you notice? I said Hangman, 1 plus 2 is 3. And here we go. And what is 3 plus 3? It's 6. It's connected to Venus. It's connected to love. It's connected to creativity. But it also is connected in tarot to the lovers, which is a choice. Is the choice to be in divine union with his divine feminine. And I'm just going to say what I see. Death, transformation. Tell me more. 8 of Swords, prison of his own mind. Tell me more. Hierophant. He might go through a couple cycles of looping. He might. He might. And then here comes the Hierophant, okay, which is all about traditional values, but it also means the highest level of spiritual expansiveness and awakening. It also means that. Tell me more about the Hierophant. What happens to this? What happens to this guy? So he goes back, he's looping. What happened? 8 of Wands, fast moving energy. Tell me more. 8 of Pentacles, learning new things, right? Fast moving energy, learning new things, maybe even traveling. Into 6 of Pentacles. And the last card, 3 of Swords upside down. You can't make it up. It's almost like a healing happens. The broken heart is no longer broken. The self-fuckery is done. Game over. Let me see. Hang on first. I'm getting a sense of doing an oracle card for the overall reading of the 3 of Swords. I want you guys involved. So this is from the Blue Angel Oracle deck. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can. Okay, great. And let's do it. So top, bottom, or middle, majority wins. Top, bottom, or middle. And I'm shuffling it on my knee because, you know, I'm leaning in and I don't want the tripod to fall over. That'd be fucked. All right. Top, bottom, or middle. Hey, Polly. It's good to see you, little brother. All right. Top, bottom, or middle. If you guys can type, or else I'll pick. The question now over the 3 of Swords and the overall divine feminine. Bottom. Okay. Bottom. Any other calls? I'm stopping. Bottom. Any other calls? Top, bottom, or middle? Middle. Okay, more. I need one more to break the... Any others? Top, bottom, or middle? Bottom. Okay, I'm going with bottom. Okay, Shambhala. 2. Fantastic. I'm going to go with that. Okay, 2 means the moon in Kabbalah energy. It's confusion. It's going through something, but it also meaning you're going through a pathway that you've never been before. You're going through an uncharted pathway. So we ask, is this... I'm going to start crying, actually. Because when I did ayahuasca, and it was between Pachamama and... yeah, I just... Wow. It was so Pachamama was talking to me. By the way, it was 2019, and Pachamama was talking to me, and my twin was talking to me, and Pachamama was talking, and they were back for the whole 8 fucking hours of the journey. Okay, and one of the things she said is the key to not incarnating back into 3D is self-love, and there you will come and arrive to Shambhala. That was the term she used, Shambhala. All right, I've shared that. 2 is connected to the High Priestess in tarot, psychic energies, and so forth. So let's read from Shambhala. Okay, let's read from Shambhala, and it's called the Golden Age. The reason why I'm being told to say this too. So the reason why this country is going through its death and rebirth is largely due to the fact that the sacred feminine has to be in union with the sacred masculine. And the infrastructure of America is not conducive to allowing the sacred masculine to bond with his woman and with his children. Why? Well, because there's certain things in the infrastructure that doesn't allow it. For example, paternity leave to bond with their newborn baby. A system that sets it up so that the sacred masculine isn't always comparing himself to billionaires and looking in the mirror thinking he's a failure because he doesn't have $800 million in his bank account. Things of that level is putting a lot of shame and creating a lot of addiction. Okay? So this is interesting. So let's read this. Shambhala, you are entering a period of creativity and abundance. So this is for the sacred masculine. This card signifies a golden future is soon to unfold. You will have many wonderful experiences accompanied by feeling of deep fulfillment and peace. This is a creative and productive time through which you express and manifest your inner vision. Stay focused on your dreams and they will manifest. Stay focused on your dreams and they will manifest. So when your monkey mind, and this is something you need to teach your sacred masculine, and Polly, please listen because it's for you as well. You need to do, as you know, you have to manifest by doing certain exercises, and I'm actually speaking to myself right now on, if you can't do the 3-6-9 the way you've been taught, then at least do it at night. You know, choose 3 to 4 sentences, copy them 3 times before you go to sleep, and commit to, like, maybe I'm just going to go commit to 9 days. And then take a pause if you want. Personally, me, I would try to go for 45 days, but I'm aware that we are so distracted. It's insane. But if you could commit to 9 days and take a pause and then go back to it. To what are the things you want to feel? So when you're going to sleep, you are actually seeding your brain. You're actually brainwashing your brain into co-creating what you want to experience. You shall feel inspired, and your positive energy will inspire others. Express the love and creativity within your heart, and you will experience great joy. At times, it will seem as though heaven has truly descended upon earth. My soul is a sacred space through which I create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are unrestricted by time or space. My soul is a sacred space through which I create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are unrestricted by time or space. Well, how do you do that if your monkey mind's kicking the shit out of you? You do it by chanting your mantras, Ahom Prema, or Om Namah Shivaya, or whatever the hell you want, or Om Namah Ha Shivaya, or oh my God, I'm trying to remember another one that I had that I was doing. Oh my God, I forgot. I totally forgot. It happens sometimes. My mind just goes blank. But I think those are like the 2 easiest ones that you can ever, like master. I mean, those are fucking easy to master. I mean, no big deal. Hang on for a quick second. So some of the things that you may want to do, I'm going to share this with you. When I realized at the age of 20, so I think I was 23, 24, and I realized that my mind was fucked, okay? I had been going through depression for a long, long time, which is a typical starseed issue. Because I've actually met people who have never felt depression. Never, okay? They've always felt like everything, status quo was fine. But the starseeds I've met, one of the things we all share is a grief. Like, this is not it. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So this is the book that I think is perfect for teenagers. Hopefully you can see it. Here it is. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And in the back is a breakdown of everything that is wrong. Like, for example, syphilis, giving away your power and effectiveness. I decide to be me. I approve of myself as I am. A tapeworm, teeth, throat, thrush, thymus, whatever. So the point is, that's a great book for teenagers that are having a lot of problems because it's simple, stupid. I'm just being blunt here. But her affirmations is a beginning. But after you've done affirmations, I highly recommend Sanskrit, because I'm going to repeat it again and again and again and again. Sanskrit is a mathematical language. NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory actually codes their AI. It is the most exact language, the most exact. In some schools in England, their second language that they're teaching kids is Sanskrit. Not Italian, not Latin, not Greek, not French, not English. I mean, what do I mean? English, German, Sanskrit. So it must do something to the brain. And what we're doing right now in this incarnation, what we're here to do is to hack out of this monkey mind that has oppressed us and that has fed like a sponge on all the rhetoric and dogma of the last in written records 2,000 years. And we're doing it. This is why we are the 144,000. And no, we're not chosen. I always say, I always reject that because I've never seen us chosen. We always volunteer. Yeshua wasn't chosen, he volunteered. And what do I mean by that? Well, because he was the ultimate in what was possible in the divine masculine. And he was prepared. And he still got trained. Remember, the three wise men were pretty much saying to Mother Mary, hey, when he's ready, when he comes of age, bring him back to us. Classic. And Mary of Magdalena, as we know, Temple of Isis, was working on her own right and her own evolution and hacking out of the amnesia. Probably, to be honest with you, I doubt they had amnesia. I think they remembered everything. The trick to coming in, because many of you have this other issue that is an Achilles heel, is you guys don't know how to switch it on and off. The telepathy, the psychic energies, the boon, right? A lot of you are overwhelmed by people and you don't know how to switch it off. And you need to learn how to switch it off and on at will. It doesn't control you, you control it. I can't tell you how many friends of mine have actually taken pharmaceuticals to lobotomize that, what you guys call a gift, what I call a skill set. Okay? And so that's really, really, I can't tell you how important that shit is. I want to bring up some of the books we talked about in Crystal Skulls, which I have to thank you again, Beth. This is the book. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it'll appear on the screen in a minute. Here we go. So hopefully, do you guys see that? Hopefully. Protect your energy. You don't have to protect it protect, I would say clear it. Because this idea of protect, I'm going to say something that may not be popular, and you don't have to agree with me, for Christ's sake. This is just my head, okay? It doesn't mean I'm fucking walking on water here. But what I will say, in my humble opinion, is that when you know how to cleanse the energy off you, there's no need to protect. You're always in your power. There's no need to protect. Does that make sense? There's no need. Because you know how to clear shit off you. It's like it's the difference between unfortunately being paralyzed from the neck down and not being able to take your own shower, and you're at the mercy of other people and other healers and this and that, and you being able to take a shower every day. You can wash yourself. You don't need anyone. You know how to clear and clean yourself. And so healers that are here to teach you, I'm going to say healers with integrity, will tell you how to clear the energy, how to protect if you need to protect. Because in some cases, there is attacks, let's be honest. And in those attacks, a good healer and with integrity is not going to charge you $9,000 or, sell you fucking $1,000 candles or bullshit like that, right? They're going to tell you how to do it. They're going to tell you how to do it. And one of the great books written by a French woman is this book. It's called A Gift from the Stars, Alien Races. She talks about, alien races and how she was abducted and how it goes into family lineages, you know what I mean? And of course, I've been salivating on this book, Encyclopedia Galactica by her. I want to pause it and make sure you can see it. And then here we go. Look at this shit. Look at this book. This is the best book I've ever, and this is just volume 1, okay? You see this? So if you want to remember who you were, by the way, I got to see the race that I was, and I'm going to show you, I hope I find it, that I was. Humanoid race, but you see this? Is this insane? Any comments or questions? The race I didn't see in here, which I think she might actually do in volume 2, I don't know, is the black velvet race. In other words, they had a black, this is some of the energies that I sometimes see. Plasmic, do you see that? Plasmic energies. Let me see in the back. Hang on, I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can find it. But I really, look at this. This book is a fucking masterpiece. So if you can, and it's funny too, because I remember I had a woman I did an Akashic reading on. Do you see her? And I said, African type. sentient being, but not African. In other words, not from this country, this planet. And here it is. And I just saw it just now. So that's why I stopped on it, because so it's a race. It's called the Canis Major. No, hang on. What is this? So it's a moon. I can't read it. The way it's set up, I can't read it. So this is a race of sentient beings called the Medora, are members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and participate in envoy programs. Boom! Oh my God! I wish I could remember this client, because she fell 3,000 years ago, and she was working on healing a people that had a plague. I saw pyramids, and she was attacked, torn limb from limb, and the way she fell is that she felt fear for the first time. And that's how she felt. And she looked very similar. This is insane. It's amazing. Any questions or comments? Like, do you have any questions? Did you know about this book? So this woman, hang on. Satar. There are other refugees from the Orion Wars whose homeworld was destroyed by the Nebu during a horrendous battle. The Satar are related to the Nor Eldura. Although they are smaller in size like their Protean relatives, the Satar have the ability to jump frequencies, appearing and disappearing at will. This can be disconcerting if you are not used to it. They are a peaceful culture interested in science and cultural diversity. The Satar are humanoids with long pointed ears and are graceful race of humans. The Satar are members of the Galactic Guild of Merchants and relate to the Council of Five. They did not participate in envoy programs. The star system's 18V95b is a bright white F9D spectra type star that emits powerful radiation, which the Satar harvest to power their needs. This is in contrast to most level 3 cultures who draw their energy from the vacuum. Interesting. I think I need to read this more in depth. The column, Tash, the 8th planet in the Pharic system, orbiting a yellow spectral type G8 KOV star, also hosts a Tashkura colony from Anion. Their journey is somewhat unusual compared to the typical stories of Tashkeru groups leaving the Sirius systems due to the increasing corruption in the Ashtar Alliance. The Tash, did you hear that? Corruption. We've had to rethink how we felt about high dimension, meaning goodness and light. It's like it's not like we didn't know that, but now we really know that. It's weird. So we're realizing that many of us who want the new Earth, who are going to transition out of the new, out of 3D and forevermore never being a match to 3D ever again, no matter this planet, other planets, other realms, it doesn't matter. We will not be a match. But that there will be a shift where corruption, evil, greed will also, there'll be a separation. So when I look at it, I feel almost like there's going to be a veneer that separates those who are really still in the loop of their ego, no matter what dimension they are, and separating them permanently from the higher levels of kindness, generous, and loving sentient beings who choose to be in their loving hearts. Hang on for a quick second. So the Tash, a group of Nyan scientists, embarked on an exploration mission to discover new resources, material, and minerals to improve the performance of their starships. However, they found themselves being chased by a squad of the Siakar Empire, and their ship eventually crashed on Akram 8. This small group of Nyan scientists were fortunate enough to find a planet with suitable conditions and eventually managed to survive. However, they were soon confronted by a hostile indigenous culture. Their ship had crashed and their communication systems were destroyed, so the Galactic Federation of Worlds search team took a long time to find them. The Tash were met with fear and hostility, and they had to hide and defend themselves against raids for a long period of time. When the Galactic Federation eventually discovered them, the small Tash group had just managed to reach a peace agreement with the Kroll after engaging in communication and cultural exchange. The indigenous culture named Krohil was a stage 2 civilization, so this situation violated the Prime Directive. As scientists, the Tash decided to remain on Akram 8, for study purposes, accepting the condition that they would remain at the same level of technological evolution as the Kroll. With time, both groups developed into a harmonious spacefaring civilization. That was the race I was. I just found it crazy. The race I was, the beginning, because I kept seeing it was, anyway, I'm not going to go into it. But this is an 8-foot tall, remarkably beautiful humans are of the Nor race. Now, you have to understand, this blew my mind because I didn't understand where this was coming from. This concept of the red hair, this fascination with red from the age of 2. And even my invisible friend, you know what I mean, the imaginary friend, was a woman with red hair. And I started having visions of myself in that, and I didn't know it was a particular humanoid race, and here it is. And I didn't even know this was in the book until one day I came across and I went, holy fuck, you gotta be kidding. So 8-foot tall, humans of the Nor race, originally refugees from the Lyran Wars, when the man K62, you guys know I was born in 62, I'm just saying on that, it's just stupid, star system was invaded by a contingent of the Sikara Empire. The population fled in arcs, ships, anything that could fly. Wandering through space, they all eventually found new worlds to settle and start over. These Nor colonists, the Onori, left their world, Tara or Tar, in a small spaceship carrying only 12 of them. Ronan 4 was a world inhabited by primitive cultures who greeted the celestial visitor with some awe and some fear. Over time, the Onori developed cities, a space fleet, and became a prosperous and powerful civilization. They are members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. So this book isn't cheap, I'm going to be honest, but it's fucking, I think they're having a sale actually on Amazon. The last time I saw it was $39. So this would be, if you're going to buy it, like fucking get it. You won't regret it. This is like the most incredible book. So any questions or comments? Let me look at what you guys are saying. I'm really enjoying you showing the cards and books now. Me too, actually. I have to get that book. Looks amazing. Absolutely, the artwork it is impressive. Can you show the cover again, please? There it is. Yeah, blessed day. Hi, Mama Yeti. Lyra and race are the ones I have deep meditations nowadays. That's fantastic. My sacred masculine. So there's the book. Elena, do you see my finger? I don't know if you here. Let me lift it up here. Can you guys see that? Let me lift it up. Okay, this is really who you need to. This is the most important thing, is her name, because all her books will come up. All right, on Amazon, and then go ahead and try to see if you can find it on eBay, thrift books. You know, try. I got the hardback because I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going go big or go home." I was not going to do a softback on this, not at all, not at all. You know, not this book. This book I want my grandchildren to have. You know what I mean? It's that kind of book. And she's an amazing woman. And I can't imagine how hard it would have been for her to be French. By the way, her website is elenadunnan.org. She has a YouTube channel, you know, and you may want to check it out. She's amazing. I came across her with Julie Light. Julie Light is a human, oh my God, what is it called again? My mind again went blank. Hang on. Human design. She's a human design. She was in Costa Rica, the most incredible eyes I've ever seen on a person in a long time. Okay. And I was attracted to her energy. And she was in Costa Rica. She was doing a lot of sacred medicines, this and that. She went to France. Her son, biracial son, was going through all his studies in Paris. In Paris. And suddenly, I still follow her on Telegram. I really do admire her. But she went south and went into the Catholic Church. And I don't know what happened. I don't know. She went from having over 100,000 people following her around the world, and her fucking following's tanked. Now she's devout Catholic. I still love her. But this is, so when I tell you I've seen people get freaked out and misunderstand the message of Yeshua. When I saw Yeshua and I sat with him while I was doing my hypnotherapy session with Reagan, and one of my, he was the guy who got me to get trained with Michael Newton, in the Newton Institute. And I sat, and that's when I saw myself the first time with the red hair. Okay. Anyway, when I saw, and I had my spiritual name given to me, I I saw Yeshua, I think I've told some of you that, and it didn't make me turn into a Catholic. It made me realize that I had been chasing him since I was 8, because he was someone who I knew had existed. I have no illusions that he really was a man who walked the earth and did what he did. I'm still questioning his death, and I'm still questioning uh, the attitude that he has to die for our sins. Well, if he died for your sins, what the fuck are you still sinning for? So clearly that's not why he died. And did he die? And why is it wrong to believe that he survived that crucifixion, was pulled off that fucking cross, was wrapped in that shroud, bled and sweated, and 3 days later came out transformed and left on a ship, went to Egypt, and then eventually hit France, okay, and had children. And that's why some of the kings of France have always had a connection to the sacred bloodline of Magdalena and other kings. And that the Knights Templars were guarding a secret, that the divine couple had not perished. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? And how people will actually take your life to dare. I mean, this is one of the problems I was having. One of my last TikTok polls was when I talked about Mary Magdalene. I don't know if you guys paid or remembered. It was when I could talk about anything else, but the minute I talked about Mary Magdalena and Yeshua, boom, the plug came. They pulled the plug. And so you got to ask yourself, like, what's wrong with those people? Like, don't they want to know that we also can have these superpowers, that we can become supernatural, that we have it in us, that we are fractals of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, that we are the children of the Creator? It's just the weirdest thing to me. And yet they don't. And so when you see Yeshua, and by the way, on the same day, same within minutes, I saw Krishna, just on the side note. So, I mean, and those are the two that I saw. I didn't see Buddha for whatever reason. For what, and I love Buddha. Don't get me wrong. I love the story of Siddhartha going into and becoming the Buddha, but that's not what I saw, and it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean he didn't exist. It just means I didn't see it for whatever reason. But what I will say is that the idea that you have to constantly suffer, which we just did an oracle reading on that. We don't have to continue suffering. The suffering that comes to us is from the monkey mind. When we see Yeshua or any of these visitations, it doesn't mean go back to your religion. It means, yes, there was this wonderful superhuman, and I can be superhuman. And what does superhuman mean? It means that love is constantly in your heart. Constantly in your heart, and you can't do it if you allow the monkey mind to tear you up. So you make 10 steps forward and 5 steps back, and then you start going into this looping of denigration because you feel like you're making no progress. But what I will say to you, when you go 5 steps back, let me remind you, you're aware of it. You're fully aware of it, and that right there is a win. Because now when you take those 5 steps you lost, you'll never fucking go back. You'll refuse to go back. You'll do whatever you'll be hell bent on doing your spiritual daily practices to not go back. And it may take 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 times before you finally, but eventually each step will get you closer and closer to your ascension portals, right? So that you can cross over. So the last thing you want to do is quit and run back to your religion in fear, which I hate to say, I'm not judging her. I love her. I follow her on Telegram, just so you know. And it is what it is. Thank you for sharing, sis. Absolutely. All right, my loves. I think anything else? You guys want me to do anything else? Type in if you want me to pull another oracle card from, let me see here. What should we pull from? Let me see. You have a choice. We can pull another deck from here. You choose. Or this one. Let's get another message for you before we go. Okay? You choose. Let me know. Which deck? You'd love a Kali. I don't even know where my Kali deck is, to be honest with you. A Kali deck. Let me see if I have. Hang on. Let me see if I have it. Hang on, okay? Let me see if I have it because it might be downstairs. And then, oh yeah, I have it. You're in luck. Oh, by the way, I need to show you some of the books I've bought recently, which I'm going to start reading to you. Oh, you know what? And we're going to do another story. I have a gift for you after this. I do have my Kali deck, so we're good. So this was turned on to me by Andromeda Flame, and we'll be reading that in a minute. Just one page. It's like 2 pages. Can you see that? Do you see that? I love this. So I'm going to read you a story. It'll be an oracle story. In other words, I'll just open the page wherever. I'm reading this. Hildegard von Binken's Physica, the complete English translation of her classic work on health and healing. I was talking to Beth Lagoth about this, and she was saying to me, and we were both agreeing that it's almost like she was understanding Ayurvedic medicine. It was weird. Great book. Rachel, you might want to pick that up. I'm working on this one, The Diary of a Buddhist Cat. What the fuck? We all need some fun. And I might read that out to you if you guys want me to at some point. Just, request. And then I'm actually reading this one, believe it or not. I have a Gemini mind with a Taurus sun sign, so you can see the issue here. All right, cool. So you said Kali. Okay, let's do it. So here's the Kali deck. Does anybody else have a choice here? We're selecting to have a real. You're so sweet. All right, so we're going to do Kali. So let's move this out of the way. This is the Kali deck we talk about. This is my favorite deck. It's my ride or die deck. Okay? And then we're going to do a reading. And again, you guys get involved and pick right, top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle. Okay? Majority wins like usual. And when you're ready, top, bottom, or middle. That's my girl too. I know. Top, bottom, or middle. Type up because I have to actually cram my neck to look at the computer, see your comments. I've been looking at Flat Earth. Some interested proposal of that is real. Do you think these are beings are on the other side of the lands of the ice wall? Oh, I'm sure they are. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I know Ruth Montgomery was talking about that. And that's another book I should turn you on to, another writer. So bottom, you guys, come on. I'm waiting. Bottom. Bottom. Who else? Okay, you got 20 seconds or else I'm going to choose bottom. Bottom. Okay, perfect. All right, we're good. All right, so here we have it. We have the card 26, which is 8, karma. We're dealing with karma here. We're talking about karma. This is an intense card. Shodashi is the number. Shodashi 26. Let me read it. Shodashi. All right, let's see what's up with that. Shodashi. Okay, let me read it to you. All right. Ruby red with the divine juice of life, she nourishes the body, mind, and soul with a vitalizing pleasure, life, and joyfulness. Goddess Shodashi restores self-esteem and awareness of your innate value, especially after a time of painful rejection or disappointment. Through her blessings, the desires of the heart, hang on, let me see, can find fulfillment in new ways. She brings divine energy for the manifestation of wishes. Her presence is an indication of inner power to restore yourself and attract what you need into your life. Shodashi is the fertile and creative aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari. Red-colored skin and vibrant with feminine life force, she has the power to actually actualize desires. In color healing from Hinduism and Buddhism, red is the medicine for attraction and magnetism. The appearance of Shodashi in a reading indicates a time when your ability to attract what you want is heightened. Did you hear that? Is heightened. You can't make this shit up. Is heightened. All right? What you want is heightened. You can be relaxed and trusting in your capacity for magnetically drawing all your desires into your world. You have to feel it. When you take a shower, you feel. Let me put it this way. If you want to own your home, you take a shower and you feel, this is my shower. Oh my God, I'm so blessed. I'm actually taking a shower in my own home. I own this home. I'm so excited. My son, since he was 16, has been always sleeping with house keys under his pillow. And imagining before he slept that the keys to that, to what he was, the keys was the keys to the house he owned. And he owns part of this house. He owns it with me. Does that make sense? So it's a feeling energy. We know this. If you can go get the book, Mind Power into the 21st Century by John Kehoe. Look back on my videos on YouTube. You'll see me talking about that with that book. Okay? Let's continue. In the tantric teachings of Kali Ma, desires is not something to be afraid of, but something that can become part of our spiritual path. The benefits of developing the character traits required for manifesting desire, such as relaxation, trust, enjoyment, delight, and bliss, as well as discipline, commitment, determination, focus, and a positive attitude. Let me stop there. The Handmaid's Tale that every motherfucker is talking about is an emotional trip switch to that reality. Does that make sense? So when you have women comparing Handmaid's Tale right here in this country, because Roe versus Wade was overturned, they got some balls, because when you look at what's going on in Afghanistan or any of these sick fascist countries, there's no way we're close to it. Do we need to fight for our reproductive rights? You're fucking in, we better. But we're still fucking kicking rocks on who shits in what toilet. And until that conversation ends, right, we're not going to actually handle the business at hand, which is what? My womb, my choice. My body, my choice. If I want to psilocybin, fuck off. If I want to do anything I want, fuck off. It's my body. You don't tell me what to do with my body. I am the captain of this ship. This is my body. No doubt. But to compare the hand. By the way, I watched the movie when I think it was Richard. I forgot the actress, but anyway, she was Liam Neeson's wife, right? Watched the movie, and I went, "How the fuck are they thinking it's the same?" No, seriously, how the fuck is that the reality? I'm going to be very politically incorrect. For Mormon women right here, or Muslim women right here, or Jewish women, yes, it is. But is it your reality and mine? No. Not even fucking close. If I was 34 and still in my menses, it's still not my reality right now. You understand? Because I can make changes. I can start becoming a leader in my community, right? It doesn't matter how old you are. In fact, women who were boomers who said, I don't give a shit, I'm not bleeding anymore, I'm not going to get pregnant, shame on you. Because you've got your granddaughters, your sons, your grandsons to think about. So, but to compare the emotional trip switch of Handmaid's Tale is scary. And because fear is such a powerful emotion, if you read the holographic universe and how things are manifested into reality, emotions are at play, not affirmations, emotions. This is why when you do the 369 at night, you're emotionally on a high, right? Roller coaster of emotions, beautiful emotions. And you're excited, and then you fall asleep. And at that point, you've rewired your synapses in your brain. You wake up on a higher level of consciousness. Emotions are the key. This is why they've used egregores of fear to control the 99%, if that makes sense, right? Let me continue. In the tantric teachings of Kali Ma, desire is not something to be afraid of, but something that can become part of our spiritual path. The benefits of developing the character traits required for manifesting desire, I'm repeating it, such as relaxation, trust, enjoyment, delight, and bliss, as well as discipline, commitment, determination, and focus, and a positive attitude, encourage us onward. So we don't give up before attaining success. From our successes, we will come to realize that within one desire lies the seeds of another. Eventually, the nature of desire is realized as a pathway rather than about the thing we sought. The desire nature can motivate us to attain breakthroughs for the spiritual benefits of all being. Shodashi teaches that desire can help us live from the heart, honoring what truly lights us up. our being and being motivated by our passions. This can be beneficial for the spiritual path rather than a distraction from it. Her heart is compassionate and her spirit, despite her youth, is truly great. Shodashi encourages young people with big dreams to believe in their abilities and trust their hearts. She also reminds us that age is not necessarily a signifier of wisdom, nor is youthfulness necessarily an indication of a lack thereof. Shodashi encourages us to discern qualities at a deeper level rather than to make assumptions based on age or appearances. Don't take things at face value or go by someone's words. Look instead at their action, at what your experience has been, and allow for understanding as to how to proceed to arise from there. The fulfillment of the heart's desire can be attained in ways other than what the mind prescribes. Shodashi encourages us to stay open even certain plans have failed to yield what we had hoped. This is an indication that the universe has other ways for us to fulfill our heart's yearning that are likely to be far more beneficial and richer. The heart can perceive the deeper workings of the divine in all things, even in challenges and difficulties. This is why the heart can trust even when the mind recoils at what is taking place. Let me repeat that. This is why the heart can trust even when the mind recoils at what is taking place. The intellect tends to create stories about situations not working out as expected. Such stories are not often accurate, let alone helpful. Shodashi asks us to take care with such misinterpretations of our experiences. She reminds us that when we trust in our heart's wisdom rather than what appears to be, we will find the courage and faith to stay true to an extraordinary life path so that we can manifest extraordinary blessings. This is why I gave you the exercise of your heart to give you the answer. You never drop into the logical mind. You always drop into your heart. And remember when your heart said heavy, and then the question was, can you do this? Are you a conduit to this? Question becoming a lighthearted answer. And what happened? You guys got light. You actually got the answer. Shodashi often arises when the soul needs deep cleansing, particularly of past hurts. Her present indicates recovery and the reclaiming of dignity after experiences of being judged, betrayed, or criticized. If your innate being has been attacked in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directing towards you, Shodashi brings healing and renewal to rise above such mean-spiritedness and lay claim to your beauty and worth. If we have been overly valued for our appearance, then she provides a healing path to clear the confusion and connect us to the real value and beauty of our inner being. Her oracle indicates all matter of beautiful blessings, awakenings within, and being attracted into your life. Fantastic. Fantastic. So now I'm going to read to you from any questions or comments on that. I hope this, I'm opening the page to whatever. This is your last oracle. Okay, and I don't know what this is. I haven't read the whole page. So this is page 66. The bamboo, flute, and the wind, a duet of harmony. In an old peaceful village lived a flute player named Jiho. Jiho was known for playing the most beautiful melodies on his bamboo flute. His music filled the hearts of the villagers with joy and peace. However, Jiho was unhappy despite his abilities. He felt that his music was missing something he could not put into words. One day, Jiho went to an old sage in the nearby mountains and lamented his dilemma. The sage listened attentively and smiled. Jiho, have you ever tried to play with the wind? He asked. Confused, Jiho looked at the sage. How can I play with the wind? The wind has no notes, no melody. The sage smiled and said, the wind has its own melody, Jiho. You just have to learn to hear it. Go out and play your flute to the wind. Listen to its gust and its stillness. Let it carry your melodies and change your tones. You will see that the wind is not your opponent, but your duet partner. With these words in mind, Jiho went back to the village. He took his flute and went to hill where the wind was strongest. At first, Jiho played as usual, but he noticed that the wind was amplifying, distorting, and changing his notes. He began to pay attention to the movement of the wind, to its coming and going, its strength and its calm. Instead of playing against the wind, Jiho began to play with it. He adapted his melodies to the movement of the wind, letting it carry and change the notes. And as he played, Jiho felt a profound harmony and joy that he had never felt before. When the villagers heard the music, they were enchanted. The melodies were even more beautiful and richer than before. They felt the harmony between the flute and the wind, a harmony that filled their hearts with peace. From that day on, Jiho always played with the wind. His music was no longer just his own, but a duet between him and nature. He had found what his music had been missing: harmony with the wind. He had learned to play not only on his flute, but also on the invisible instrument of the wind. And in this harmony, Jiho finally found the happiness and contentment he had been seeking. What can we learn from this story? Finding harmony with nature. In our modern hectic world, we tend to become alienated from nature, but this story reminds us that we are part of nature and that we can find much joy and fulfillment when we connect with it. Whether it is listening to the wind, watching the waves, or feeling the sun in our skin, it is important to take time to appreciate the beauty and harmony of nature. I'm going to stop here for a minute because I want to share this with you. It's resonating. When I first moved to upstate New York, my twin took me up to Buck Mountain, which is in Lake George. And we came across a place, it was fall. And we came across, in the forest, we came across a place that had ferns and moss, gorgeous moss on rocks and this and that. And I said to him, I want to meditate for a minute. And I said, I want to meditate. And he gave me space. He actually, and I started sobbing and sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. And he came closer to me. And when I opened my eyes out of meditation, he used to always love to see me meditate. I said to him, I didn't realize how the sounds of sirens and city and all of that had affected me. This silence of just hearing the birds and the wind and the smells of the earth and the sounds of the rivers behind us, the rustling streams. I can't put it into words, but I just actually purged something big. It was that profound. And I knew that I wanted that for my son. I told him that. I said to him, this would really heal my son. And he understood because he was a green man. He was a green man. I'll show that to you in a minute, Mama Yeti. I'll show you the cover when I'm done. But definitely. So the next thing, I want to share that with you because I don't think people understand what nature can do at all. And it's not a one-time, let me go hiking, and you haven't hiked for 6 months. That's not how it's a progressive, it's a constant, you need to continuously connect with nature. Openness to change. Jiho was frustrated at first because he felt his music was missing something. But instead of giving up, he sought advice and was open to a new perspective. This openness allowed him to experience his music in a whole new way. In life, it's important to be open and to change and explore a new perspective, even if they seem strange or unusual to us at first, like chanting. Like chanting. And for a lot of masculines, they have a hard time. Well, chanting, that sounds silly. Like, how is a Om Namah Shivaya going to heal me? I don't know, man. Do it for 6 months and then call me in 6 months. Let me know. Interplay with the elements. Instead of fighting the wind, Jiho learned to play with it. He found harmony by adapting to the wind's movement instead of trying to control it. In life, there are many things we cannot control, such as the weather, other people's opinions, or global events. Instead of fighting these things, we can learn to play with them, adapt to them, and find ways to use them to our advantage. It's like taking trash and making it into art, repurposing crap into art, for an example. Recognizing the beauty of the invisible. The wind is invisible, but it has tremendous power and can create beautiful melodies if we learn to play it correctly. In our lives, too, there are many invisible forces such as love, kindness, respect, and compassion that can have an enormous positive effect on us and the people around us if we learn to play with them. So this is the book. I'm like putting in front of the camera. There you go. And that's the book. And Andromeda Flame was reading something on her, train rides, And I said, what are you reading today? So she sent me the copy of the, a picture of this book, and I bought it immediately. And it's an incredible book. It's actually a story. It's something I would read to my children or grandchildren. I would totally do that. So did you get that? Okay. Anything else? Do you have any questions or comments? Any questions or comments you want to share with with each other, or which I can read out loud or anything? Okay. The other deck that I love, and many of you, Rachel, you know, it's based on the astrology and numerologist Linda Goodman, who I think to this day is one of the best astrologists ever. So this is a deck I never pull out for you guys, but something's telling me to pull it out. It's not easy. It's not an easy deck to find. I'll be blunt, but it's fucking well worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out an energy reading on you guys, and what I love is how it's got this wonderful hardback, and the cards are absolutely fucking insipid. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know who the fuck published it, but she definitely was not alive when they did it. But I still bought it because what the hell, right? So I'm gonna pull a card out for you, and I'm doing it. I don't need your help on this one. I want to pull out a card to see what falls out, and I'm gonna do it like this. And what came out was, this is what came out: Prince of Heaven. And I'm gonna read to you Prince of Heaven. Prince of Heaven is 19. In tarot, it's the sun. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. It goes up and down. Good luck, bad luck. It's fucking called life. I'm gonna read this to you right here. And 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and we go right into 1. And 1 in Kabbalah numerology is the sun. We go right back to the sun, and it's clarity. And in clarity comes healing. The last thing you want to do is gaslight yourself and bullshit yourself. When you were reading the last, a hawk flew by my car like 20 feet away. That's incredible. Lots of Wheel of Fortune today. I agree. All right, so this is my last reading to you. The royal monarch, the sun, is the all-empowering ruler of this most fortunate number. The prince stands tall in his champion chariot. The heavens are his kingdom, gloriously radiating his light and love. He searches in the shadows and pockets of darkness to illuminate and bestow a vibrant new life force on all that he surveys. This royal imperial vibration will overpower all others, promises glory, happiness, and fulfillment in the hallowed halls of the kingdom of heaven. The number 19 reduces to the number 10, which I just said, and further to the number, a single 1 vibrates to the sun, the giver of life. Divination. This is a time of resurrection. Hello. You have triumphed over past events and are now in the embryonic stage of a new persona. It's a time of new beginnings, a time when all manner of gifts are bestowed on you. The radiance of the divine light shines through you, and with this power you have the ability to conquer any situation. His Highness, the Prince of Heaven, promises success. So enjoy the many privileges of this vibration. You are king of the world, or queen. Victory is yours. Reflection. Should you be experiencing the challenging face of this card vibration, you are perhaps wearing the face of sunshine with happy smiles when your heart sees a sadder face. It is not necessary to keep up this illusion. Lift your face up into the divine light and welcome the sun as he rises in the morning. Inhale that healing spirit. It's for you. Let it manifest to its full potential. Let joy into your heart. Learn how to play. We're going to have to learn how to play. I know many of us have had some serious shit happen, and I know it's been very difficult to learn how to play, but you're going to have to learn how to play. And sometimes I know I had an amazing time with Beth and her husband, and I realized how important it is to hang out with people who have your spirit, a similar spiritual compass or the same spiritual compass. And so the conversations with food and esoteric conversation are so needed for our souls. Like, I don't know, man, you guys, I know I'm doing it again. And I want to tell you that you can do a potluck, you can do a spread, like a family type of thing where it's like a buffet, and you invite people who the conversation is going to be heart-lifting, funny, expansive storytelling, sharing experiences. Um, we as human, in the human experience and other experiences on other planets as other sentient beings, we need that. We need that. So I want you to be able to give yourself those gifts and make it an effort to have these events, these get-togethers with like minds. Stop doing shit because you have to. Like, stop doing shit because they're your relatives, unless they are in the same wavelength you are. I'm asking you to break cycles and invite people who believe in the shit. You can have conversations about fucking star seeds, different species, your incarnation now, what happened, who you loved, who died, who survived, and they don't think you're fucking crazy. They don't think you're crazy. It's been hard to find physical tribe. I've been searching for years where I live. You got to keep the way I've met every one of you. Let's be honest, is what I do. I've met every one of you, and it turned out that Beth lived in upstate New York like I do. You know, and so we've been talking about doing this for a while, and what a gift. And it was right there, right there. Okay. When I talk about things like, so try to make, so put the word out, go to metaphysical stores and see if you can invite people to have say an esoteric book club. I think that I'm going to ask you guys, and feel free to say no, but I think I'd like to do, and it's up to you, but I like to do a book club on my book. And I'm looking to actually do that. And I think it'd be interesting to do that. And to start out with my book, I'm being honest about that. Start out with my book, do a book club, and then talk about that, and then move on to the next book, and the next book, and the next book. Does that make sense? I would like to do that. Then after that, we could choose what book we wanted to, and what book you could find, because some of these books are out of print, okay? And we don't know, right? So we'd have to choose, okay, what book's next? What book is next? Definitely books I haven't read, if you don't mind, because I don't want to read it all over. Though, I mean, if you wanted to do a book club, and it would be called the Esoteric Book Club, okay? And we could just get together, and hopefully if we could spread the word, we would hopefully, Red Mama Yeti, we would get people in your neck of the woods, you know what I mean, to join. And then suddenly you'd have faced, people that you could physically meet and break bread with. Because I can tell you that all the people I live around, like, I was telling my son, it would have been, not to compare, but sometimes you have to. I said, if we had done this with X, Y, and Z, I would have been bored to fucking tears. He said, no, I know. Yes, it was so needed. Thank you. I know. No, it was, I thank you. Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, cool. So if you've read the book, if you want to join the book club, it's free, obviously. I mean, what are we gonna, if you haven't read the book, that would be good, because then you could go through it. It would push you to read it faster, and we could talk about it, and you could ask me questions, especially on how I wrote it, why I wrote it, and this and that. Because I mean, and then we could go and we could talk about how these things work and how these things get downloaded. And I know Beth was asking me how I met Malik, and how I met Malik in the book is verbatim, which is, trust me, I know it's fucking crazy, but it's verbatim. It's exactly how I met him. Exactly. So, were there like some creative nonfiction? Yes, because creative like moves. Yeah, I had to, because I couldn't fill out the blanks. But there is a threesome in the book, verbatim. That threesome was verbatim. And there's more things I could share with you about it. So that would be like interesting, right? And then we would go on to the next book. And we could actually, honestly, because these books are totally available, like Diary of a Buddhist Cat. That would be kind of interesting or fun, especially after a book like that. And then we could choose like books and have conversations. Another book I'd love to do a book club on, to be honest, is this one. I think this would be good. The Archangel Guide to Ascension by Diane Cooper and Tim Wilde. You know what I mean? So let me know. You Can Heal Your Life. I haven't read that book in a long time. That we could do it, if you wanted to. This book here. We could do that as a book club. Then we could go kind of fucking funky. And here's what I mean by that. If you wanted to, okay, we don't have to do it. Pawns in the Game, which my twin absolutely fucking adored that book. He kept that book like that was the one book he didn't want to, you know. So it's things like that that I think would be. That one's in my cart. This one here, this one's in your cart. I have questions. I get you. All right, cool. So, what else do we have that's interesting? I have so many books. It's insane. Well, I don't have that many books, but you know, yeah. So we'll get it done. I just bought a massive book called Tantra Illuminated, and it's massive. So it would push us to show up for ourselves in terms of reading material, and and the reason why I'm pushing my book first, to be honest, is because I know that it elicits. I've had just too many people tell me, so that's why I'm doing it. It elicits um, a kind of an opening of your own past life memories, which I would like to have you be very comfortable with sharing with other people as you read the book. How does that bring up your own past life memories, and what are you remembering? And why do you think you're remembering that past life? So I think it'd be fun. All right. All right, cool. Any questions or comments? It was good seeing you all. It was a pleasure. It's Eastern Panhandle. If anyone was around that area, I'm here. Um, and Red Mama Yeti, do you want to? You're kind of safe here because I think it's all the people on this particular live I recognize, so you can let them know. Where do you live? What part of the country do you live in? Can you type that in if you're still here? Can you type that in? I agree. I had a ton of recollections reading it. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, I've had a lot of people tell me that. One of my friends who lost her house in the Altadena fires, just, you know, the LA fires, she was the first one to read the manuscript. There was two women that read the manuscript first, and both of them were getting activated. It was weird. Eugene, Oregon. Well, that shouldn't be hard. Fuck. Oregon? That can't be hard. We'll figure it out. So, do you have you must have metaphysical stores there, right? So if you have a metaphysical store, um, what I would suggest is that you put usually good metaphysical store have a board, yeah, an announcement board, and you could actually do a flyer as the book owners, you know, and put in the flyer that you would like to do an esoteric book club. Yeah, you would think. I know, huh? Sometimes, listen, I know what you mean. It's not always obvious. I lived in Northern California. It was crickets. Um, I lived in L.A. and it was crickets. The greatest bookstore called the Bodhi Tree closed, and it was the biggest loss in L.A. It was like the end of an era. Okay, and I think it happened around the '90s, where I think it closed around the, and it was my dream to go to that bookstore, but I never had, you know, I was always working and this, that, and the other, and other priorities came up, and I thought it would always be there, and it closed. The second bookstore in LA County, in Pasadena, California, that was incredible, metaphysical, a bookstore, was called Alexandria 2. And that was another really, really good bookstore. And then until they made it small and smaller and smaller. That's where I met Lynn Andrews. And Lynn Andrews was an incredible shamanic writer. All right, my loves. Any other? Yes, there's one here called Stargate. Used to do Reiki there. Well, I would put an ad on an esoteric book club and have them join the one that we're on if you want, or do your own, whatever the hell you want to do. If you want them to join us, then we would join, and they would get part of the Starseed Awakening group, and then it would expand because they would start feeling comfortable in talking about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. Okay? I've been focusing on Neville Goddard methods of mindset lately. Well, okay, if it works for you, fantastic. If it works for you, good. I never got into him, not because I don't think he's good, but because I just preferred these other people that were working on this concept, like Dr. Joe Dispenza and these guys. I was more in line with them than Neville Goddard, to be honest. But you know, that's not to say that he hasn't changed millions of people's lives. That's for damn sure. But I'm going to go ahead and go. I want to send you so much love and so much gratitude in being here. Any last questions or comments or shares? Any questions or comments or shares? No? Okay, so no matter what, just remember to chant. Chant. And when your mind is still harming you, chant some more. Never forget that you're not different in that the monkey mind is trying to throw you off your track. You're not alone. We've all gone through it. We're all going through it in our own ways. And we've mastered it at different levels of mastery, right? No one's a full master on this one. Trust me. We're all getting our asses kicked. And we are rediscovering new ways to master ourselves again and again and again. And that's actually the whole point of this journey. All right. Sending you much love on your journey. Love you, sister. Seriously needed this today. Oh, good. All right. Namaste. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye. Let me see if I can turn this off. I don't know how to turn this off. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop.